You guys in here? Hey, Rexy. So this is what again?
Caesar's Palace.
This is it right here.
You got it. The one and only. And then I should take him down to the Taj Mahal. So you should. Jeremiah stand.
Oh, I've heard about this, but I just haven't seen it. So how many deer have you got in here?
Probably a dozen.
Dozen?
Dozen or so.
Yeah.
I have.
Yeah. You make sure you stay away from shooting that way, I bet.
No, I shoot down into the swamp.
You see, when you're up there, you
go on up
down.
there.
Just okay.
Oh yeah.
Most of them got.
No, where do you go? Where
Me?
do you? Yeah, where do you hunt?
Mine, I'm over on the other side over there.
Okay. Up on the same sort of thing, up on
Yep.
top. It gets a little windy up there, I bet, Steve. Or
Well,
Mike, I mean.
Ken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that covers it up.
Are we having fun? Did you run a gas?
Well, you trying to blaze a trail for your deer to go down?
We just knock them down. We cut their legs off.
Come on up here for just a minute, would you?
Yep. Second.
All right, Mikey, I got to see here what really you got going on here.
Come on. Yeah.
This is for American sportsmen.
There you go. Beautiful spot.
So right down there, huh?
Yeah, I've shot half a dozen right in there.
Yeah.
In the swamp.
Yeah, just clearing a lane there is going to help Mikey big time.
Yeah.
Gary, what do you think of this?
Get your second opinion on what.
This is nice.
Caesar's Palace. Why don't you say something? There's brooms at the other ones.
Now, I'm sorry.
That's Spucky's. There's a broom up there.
Is there?
We got to ride down to the side by side.
I did.
All right. So we're cleaning that lane out right there.
Oh, okay.
What do you think? Do we
Trim what you want out. Mike is the first one to build a permanent stand like that.
see if we can get those two limbs off and we're good?
This is it, huh, John?
This is it, Caesar's Palace.
It wasn't too nice this morning.
We're going to clear some shooting lanes out now, so we got to get the big saws going.
Yeah? How many deer have you gotten out here?
I don't know, probably 20.
Between us?
He asked how many deer I've gotten here.
Oh, probably.
I was getting a deer a year for a while there, and then I went on a dry spell.
Yeah.
But I used to shoot golf course for the first 10
Yeah.
years, and I got it 15 or so off there, so.
Okay, so what do you got here,
This
John?
is my brand new stand. I don't really even have a name for it yet.
No, this is
I'm
not.
sure it'll be Speed something.
We got the speed bump and you got the speed shack. This is not
Speed check, speed bump, and now I got to call it something.
speedo.
So I'll give you a little tour. When I hit 70, we're gonna get one of them chair lifts here where I just hit a button. It'll take me right up.
You mean Dennis's age?
Yeah. So this is home for 3 days, right here.
Oh my.
Let's take a look at the view.
There we are. This is what you usually look at, this direction or what?
Down here.
And through there. And you've gotten how many deer here?
None. I just brand new last year.
Oh,
here.
this is. Okay.
Gowdy, they got.
You got it right
And
there.
that's a black forest behind me.
Yes. And this is some very nice carpeting here that you've got too,
yeah.
I notice.
Oh, we got an office chair here. It's all covered up in plastic. So.
Yeah.
Roller.
Roller ready to go, yeah.
Get a little heater in the corner here. We're putting satellite in next week.
Well, this is nice. Keeps
Yeah.
you out of the elements.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll go see Ryan's place now?
Let's go.
Okay. So what do we got here, John?
This is the famous Speed Shack.
Okay.
More deer taken out of this stand than all of the Gowdy stands put together.
Really? This is it's pretty high up there.
Well, you get nosebleed up there.
Yeah.
I had this stand for many years, and then when Ryan came, I gave it, let him use it once, and that's the last time I've ever seen it.
He just kept on keeping it.
So this is the stand where I crawled up to the top, and the very top board I thought was secured, and it wasn't, and I fell backwards and fell completely on my butt onto a 3-inch nail on the ground and went through right through my butt.
Really?
Yeah.
All the way from there to the
Top, my feet were at that top 2x6, and I fell backwards.
How far do you think that is?
15 feet. So now we check all the steps.
Yeah, that would probably hurt. That is the one drop.
This is the one that I grabbed and I fell back.
Right there. Wow. There he is. Speed Gowdy.
Whoa. Whoa.
Gonna need a little work.
Needs some work. All right.
Gowdy.
Ryan Gowdy.
Hey. I think a speed check.
That's pretty nice. That's quite a drop that he had that one time, but how many do you think you're good out of here this year? 2, 3?
Moving down there.
Are you?
Said how many deer are you gonna get?
Oh, I'll get 3 definitely over there.
He probably wouldn't even need it now.
Holy crap, look at this thing. This is the Taj Mahal, right, Rick?
This is Jeremiah's stand.
Oh, Jeremiah's stand.
Yep.
But they call it Taj Mahal too or something?
Yep, we called it the Taj Mahal.
Wow.
Anyway, this used to be my stand.
Okay.
And then I got tired of walking down here. It's a half a mile from the cabin to here by walking.
Yeah, I bet. And it's not, it's up and down. And with your
So-
gear and everything like that. He's got the carpet up
and
there.
the river is just over this knoll right here.
What's the river? Which
Otter
one is it?
Tail
It is
River.
Otter Tail, okay.
Yep.
Okay. Wow. So how many have you gotten here, Rex?
The first year, that one right down there, the year I put that up, I shot a 12-pointer by that tree right there. That
12? That's the biggest one I've heard then. I've heard the guys talk about a 10 maybe and a 8.
that was the first year I got a buck with
Yeah.
a 12, and it was a 12-pointer with the 30-30.
What year was that?
Oh God, I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
Many years ago.
Wow.
He's got a game camera there and a game camera over there.
Oh, okay. So it's by motion, I suppose?
Yep. Infrared.
Yeah.
Yep. And I shot a 10-pointer right over there by that big tree. I shot
Another
a
10-pointer.
5 and a 6-pointer over there.
Wow.
And running across the hill there, I shot a spike and it slid down the hill right into a stump and the leg went through the stump. I had a hell of a time pulling it out.
It went through the stump?
Slid down the hill. It was running.
Yeah.
When I shot it, it died and it plopped down and it was sliding down the hill like this, and that whole leg just stabbed right through the rotten stump.
It was dead.
Yep.
Too when you got him. It was just still trying to pull
Yep.
him out. Did you think about just cutting off the...
Well, put
leg?
it this way. I bet you I have got close to 30 deer out of this stand myself.
Did you? Wow. Did you ever bring a shotgun up here in case you see a grouse, or you just stick to...
Well, you ain't supposed to have a shotgun here with.
Oh, I suppose
with
that's
a
right.
shot for
Yeah,
For-
lead shot or the
Yep,
not lead shot,
for
but the BBs. You got to have
BBs for when you're rifle hunting.
Yep.
Yes, sirree.
You get some wind up here too, I bet, in some of these days.
Oh yeah. And that way is north.
Okay. Yeah, and the wind comes
That way is
through.
west.
Yeah, this is a nice. So where do you usually just look? Where do you
All over.
just kind of your heads
I've
is
seen them all over the place. I've shot deer out here, out there, over there, up there, over there, over here, down here, over there, up here.
wow.
Shot a couple right down in here.
What's your funnest experience out here?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
They've all been
every year they're fun.
Yeah.
Okay, Rexy, what do we got here?
Speed bump.
Speed bump. Right along the Outer Tail River.
Yep. And it's the town cop's house behind.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
So you gotta be careful.
Yep. I'll be 64 next month.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just hauling that stuff. I mean, it's a long ways.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or how long you been hunting here?
All my life.
When did you start? What age?
Like when I was a kid.
12? Younger?
Before that.
Really?
I was toting 22 around out here when I was 8 years old.
Shooting squirrels and
Squirrels and whatever.
yeah.
Rabbit, grouse.
They had rabbit here, huh?
Yeah, we used to get a rabbit out here quite a bit.
Yeah.
Every once in a while you'd catch some jackrabbits in the field.
Hmm.
Yep.
What's the farthest you had to track a deer?
Over 4 miles.
Wow.
And lost it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Was it a
we
big
lost
one?
the blood trail. Yeah.
Huh.
It went almost up to Hubble, well, along the river, clean back to almost to Hubble Pond. Yeah. I don't know how many. We were on state land for a while there tracking it.
Yeah. And your biggest deer, you said, was
12 pointer.
12 pointer.
Out of that where Jeremiah was.
Yeah.
I showed you the tree that I shot it at.
Yeah. Yeah. And do you process the deer yourself?
Yep. Everything ourselves.
Oh, wow. That's nice. Don't go to Ketter's? Is that the one here?
Oh, we go and get some seasonings and stuff and
Yeah.
casings and stuff from them. But that's
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
I do. Well, we all get together, and I got a great big grinder where me and Jeremiah bought a great big commercial grinder.
Yeah.
So we can do about 400 pounds an hour
Huh.
grinding, and then we got a tube on it. And he usually comes over and helps and for mixing up, for making sausage up, and then
Yeah.
I got a whole refrigerator that I smoke
Oh,
the stuff up, and we make summer sausage and all different kinds of links or brats.
that's good.
And I smoke a lot of fish too.
And this is, what do you call the shack again?
Rotten Ron's Deer Camp.
Rotten Ron's Deer Camp.
I ain't got my deals on. You got your hat on.
There we are.
See, there's a.
Got the patch on her.
It says it right. There's a board outside with the horns on it with it on.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think I got a picture of that. So everything in here kind of has a meaning.
Something to do with deer camp.
Yeah.
It's all got a little story behind it.
Yep. Oh, I'm not going to get a good view of that. Fall down.
Well, that was just
Kickstart.
brought out here because the bike won. There was a Sportster that won the first time ever a Kickstart trophy.
Okay. And there's Gizzy.
Yeah. Not my dog.
Not your dog. You got a favorite memory out here?
Me?
Yep.
No, they're all favorites to me. Every one of them I got.
Every year, something new.
Yep. It's great
Yeah,
people
he's
to be
got a
with.
good one from last night.
I'm not gonna talk about that one.
No, I ain't talking about that. that was
Oops.
that was a big oops.
He missed a 6-pointer last night.
Oh!
The one limb
I thought
on
maybe
my-
you thought of shooting at a moose or something like
No?
No, the one limb on my crossbow, I got too close to the side, or the brace for the
For the roof.
that. Yeah?
and the one hit
Limb
the brace,
hit the brace.
stopped that side of the bow, and the other side, and the arrow went, I don't know where.
Just,
It's out there somewhere.
oh my.
And the deer walked away and turned around and looked at him. And he
Before he
never
could
got
reload.
another shot.
I got reloaded and stuff. By that time, he was over 50 yards away from me with just the butt end showing. I didn't take
Takes
a
a
shot. So.
takes a big man to admit that. You know you're gonna get crap.
I was ticked off. That's unforgiving.
Yeah. What's the biggest one you've gotten?
Out here, 6-pointer.
Okay. Well, you had another one.
Got the buck contest with it the one year
For
Rifle.
for rifle.
Okay. Yeah.
Now we got a rifle contest out here and a bow contest and a ugly buck for the bow contest.
Yeah.
So far, right now, me and him got for the big buck.
Yeah.
Because me and him both shot at that 8-pointer duck. That's why I call it a half a
Once in a while
deer.
we go as a team.
Oh, do you?
And we both shot at this one.
Okay.
His
Mine
arrow
hit.
His arrow did the killing, but we both shot it, and
All right.
I'm the one who decided to go to the stand we're in. So
Okay.
So
But
we
we
call
did-
it half and half.
we
Yeah.
just decided year before last, wasn't it?
Yep.
Decided just to go as partners, just to hunt together,
Yep.
in the same stand. And
Yep.
had 2 chances.
And we
on
waited for this baby to come through, and I called it back over the swamp.
Did you?
Yeah.
What?
A big black doe was following her,
Yeah.
following him, until she turned around. I called him back, and then she passed it. Passed him.
You got the
And-
calls, the buck call.
Yeah. Okay.
You call and they come right across that swamp. And
Really?
Right to it.
Huh.
That was just beautiful because they were going to go back the other way.
Yeah.
Once he started calling, they came right across that swamp, right on the trail below us.
And then when he got up there and he stopped, and I says, "Oh, how are you?" I ain't got no good shot. See, the buck moved up a little farther, and he stopped.
I said, he gets past them willows, I'll count.
Okay. All of a sudden, he started counting. I get
1, 2, 3.
and
both,
both. Doo-doo.
and they
both hit.
They both sound like they hit, but I must have hit a willow. That I didn't know that was in front of me. That I
Yeah.
couldn't see it. It blended right in with the. I could
But
see
he didn't
the
hear you
calls.
coming up.
Huh?
Buck didn't hear you coming up.
No, we were up and
It was breezy out that day
Oh,
too. So,
okay.
we were up.
and it followed the wind with the wind.
All right.
Yeah, we were in
So,
Josh's stand. So
We're in
we were way
Josh's
up.
stand. We were
Oh,
right up.
gotcha.
When I first seen them, they were 153 yards away,
We were talking back and forth to each other.
up in the stand.
And he didn't even. He wasn't even. He was more interested in eating that.
Whatever was along the way there, in the grasses,
Yeah.
in the swamp.
But no. He turned and ran. He could see it better than I could down the trail. I was sitting back where I couldn't really cover that trail that good. And he went, well, it just went off. Looked like he fell.
Huh.
Well, he should have. He should have 2 arrows in him. And they went down and they found Josh and them packed it. And apparently just back in the swamp a little ways. But just
Wasn't
had one
the
arrow
length.
in it.
Yeah.
Remember I found my arrow
Yep.
halfway up there before.
Okay.
I was laying there. It got drug out from the deer and dropped in the road there.
Yeah.
So we marked our blood and where the arrow was and whatnot all.
They knew where to track.
Yep. And when they lost the blood, well, let's go back to the last blood. I says, well, then probably went in here, and Josh went over in the willows. Yeah, there's blood all over these willows here. Walked in, maybe the length of this building into the willows, and there it laid.
Yeah.
Listen, no, 2 shots are better than 1.
Yeah.
You know, or-
Yeah.
Well, we were making sure it wasn't going to get away.
That's right. That's right.
He had a dream that we get a 12-pointer yet this year.
Really?
Good luck. It was an 8. So we weren't far off.
So the Gowdy group has been up here how many years?
Oh,
Oh, God.
shoot.
Any funny stories about those guys that you crack you up or at all? Or I know Curt can crack you up, and
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah. All the time. He don't hunt out here much anymore. He hunts over over there usually. With
so
the,
Speed and
with-
Ryan and
Just
Mike,
Ryan
see
and,
you.
Click.
Click,
Mike.
Mike,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Them three usually hunt out here now.
yeah, Click. You call him Click.
He's got the name Click for a reason.
I know that story. Heard that a few times. The latest one was he missed because of his bifocals. He was looking through the scope, and he goes, "Can you see another line?" John.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only guy you know that would take everything down to the stand
Yeah.
and leave his. What'd you do? He didn't have no ammunition?
Yeah, the night before, Mike, he come out and he took his pouch and his knife and all his ammunition
Yeah.
and put it up in the stand. And he carried his empty gun out to the
Oh
stand.
my God.
Everything.
Yeah.
And then he's putting everything into the, getting there, and he didn't slam the deal tight,
Yeah.
and that's how he got the click.
Oh.
And that big buck.
Bolton slam forward.
Oh.
He told us about that, so he's okay.
Okay, click.
Click.
He said all he got was a click.
There was one time we were down on the other end down here before the golf course had bought chunk from us.
Yeah.
And we're driving Squirrel City out. And we drove a deer out, and there was 23 rounds at that deer, and it was a fawn.
No.
And when they found it, they picked it up, and it looked like a screen door. And picked it up, and I go, he says, "What? You can have that deer." And then another time, when I met Speed, John,
Okay.
I was way back in the woods back to where Ryan is at,
Yeah.
or close to
Sure.
where he's at, that back there. And I hear somebody shoot over here where Josh has got his stand. And I beat foot through the woods. Who the heck is over there? I get back there, and all of a sudden, here comes here's John. Did you get it? I go, he's got a dole in there. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Well, who are you? Oh, I'm John, one of the Hilgers. Well, I'm Ron. Well, how you doing? That was the first time we met.
Really?
Yeah.
That's when that dropped.
It was amazing. I was like shaking.
Nice
and
one.
I'm like, I want to call Josh, but I couldn't. So I was like, texting him as fast as I could. I just
I
caught
should
one.
get 2 of them in a half
We
an
gotta
hour.
track it. No, I just watched
That's-
it drop
That's pretty impressive.
and flop around.
One
and
shot
try to knock
apiece.
the arrow
That's
out.
some boys golfing.
It did get the arrow
both.
knocked back out. I couldn't stand up. Like paralyzed him or something. But he could kick. He just couldn't stand.
But no, that was
Crazy
pretty
hard.
good.
I gotta take one over this one over there.
The trophy?
Should we lower the bra some more?
There we
I
are.
don't think I got to see your new one yet.
Every time we
I
see
was
that
looking-
picture.
No,
Did we leave already?
the white one finally died on me.
Let's go to the gallery now.
He went to DL and he wasn't going home without a new ride.
This is gonna be funny.
Rattle it in there and you can just watch.
How are you girls?
Gotta get all them girls in there.
I was gonna get right here, almost live. Wow.
Here. So we buy things like that for the cabin.
Uh huh.
We scratch tickets, we throw in,
Yeah.
and then we take half the money that is won from it and put it into a kitty.
Yeah.
So then we can buy things like that, and the generator and some of the panels that we put on the roof, and
Yeah.
all kinds of that.
What?
And we actually got,
Yeah, running water right there.
that's all gravity fed from that barrel up.
Oh, is it? Okay. Huh.
And inside there's pump run. I got water in the house too.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, there is an actual bathroom in here.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, if you, sometimes that comes in handy.
Yeah, especially. This is Rex's stand.
All right. Rotten Ron stand, Rex's stand.
Yep.
And you get pretty lucky here.
I've gotten 2 out of it here this year already with the bowl.
That works.
And I'll show you right where from.
All right. I got 2 chairs in here too.
Yep. That's for me and Gino.
Yeah, there you go.
See that tree there?
Yeah.
There's a little road right there. I got both of them right there.
That's pretty easy.
Opening morning one,
Yeah.
and then the other one was going the other way.
Now, did you have to kind of wait for them to come down this way, or just?
The first one, they come in from back in there and come through that food plot.
Yeah.
And the other one, I spotted down here and followed him around, and he followed right up that trail. And I
Oh,
shot
my.
him right there.
Huh.
And last night, right out there is where Gino shot, and he hit this. Trying to see if I can see where it hit.
The bow or the arrow hit it?
The limb on the bow,
Okay.
see when he swung over, that there come when he shot, come and hit this, so it made that arrow turn this way.
Okay.
Yeah. We got the feeder down there. It's all empty now because you got to clean it out 2 weeks before
Yeah.
any hunting. So.
Huh.
And then I got my salt lick down there too. Got my camera down there to watch.
Oh, there. Yeah, I didn't see that.
Then I got food plot there, and a food plot there, food plot down here, and I had a partial one down here.
It's just.
I just got this all cleaned out here.
Okay.
Me and Gino, we missed a nice doe down there because we couldn't shoot because there was too much brush.
I see you got a neighbor over there too.
That was the old stand.
Okay.
When they couldn't ever see them down there, so.
Oh, too much evergreens.
And now it's all falling down.
Yeah.
And so, we decided to put one up here, and the whole lot better.
Yeah.
And Miss Deadeye, this is where she got both of them deer the
Oh, okay.
first year in 13.
Yeah.
Yep. She shot down here and 20 foot apart where they laid from each other. The
Really?
buck ran across the top of the doe and dropped 20 feet away.
Wow.
And it was Kurt's old stand, and Gino took it over and we raised it up from the box stand. The part on top of it sitting up on the stilts was the box down on the ground there. And that's where Curt used to hunt on him, because he didn't like ever getting up off the ground.
Okay.
He's scared of heights or whatever.
Yeah. He doesn't even get up on his tiptoes, I guess.
Yep. And this is Gino's stand now.
All right.
And right there is our neighbor right there. Chalked up 7 deer.
Wow.
This is called IJ.
IJ?
This is where we filled it in all in the swamp. This used to be where you walked knee-high through water to get over here. As you can see, we built this all up in through here.
That's quite a stand.
There's 25 steps going up to that one. No.
Can you?
Yeah.
No limit.
There's 25 steps up to that one. Back, and I was sitting here. It run up there and then went into the willows over on this side here. And I seen the willows stop, and that's right where they found him.
Yeah. And that was how big again, that one?
The 8-pointer.
Yeah.
Me and Gino got.
What year was that?
This year.
Oh, this year. Okay.
Yeah. 2015.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is a heck of a view up here.
And we call that over there Snowbank Hill. In the wintertime, on the other side, when we got lots of snow, the snow would drift out there, and you'd have a bank like this coming straight off and down. It's straight down on the other side into the swamp.
Yeah.
And we'd take the snowmobiles and drive off of that and down, or try to make it up and over. So
Wow.
we called it Snowbank Hill from then on.
Huh.
Back in our younger years when we were snowmobiling.
Wow.
Now we hardly ever snowmobile anymore because we don't get any snow.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, this used to be all wooded through here, all pines, everything here. Josh just opened it all up and made
Sure.
roads everywhere.
Yeah. Rex, what do we got here?
This is what the Miss Deadeye stand. Amanda's stand.
Pink stand. You don't see many of those.
It's juicy pink.
A juicy pink stand.
And then she ain't finishing camouflaging it yet.
Okay.
And we ain't picked up all the lumber yet around it. And I'll show you where she shot her buck at.
Okay.
Open right down there.
Really?
In her food plot.
Right through here, and then
Yep.
an old ladder from before or something.
Yep, there used this tree right here.
Yeah.
There used to be a stand right here. We cut the tree off and put the stand in.
The whole stand.
Because when you put the stand in a tree, you get too much of this
That's
shifting.
true. Yeah.
So we made them solid. Her nice little beams for
2 by, or
2 by.
4. What am I saying? 4 by 6.
4 by
6 by
or
6?
5 by 7, I think.
Wow. That's not going anywhere. You got a good view through here too.
And there's that snowbank hill.
Okay.
See on that side there how it goes down?
Sure.
There's a ditch that runs here. It ends up in Murphy Lake.
Okay. Yeah, they got a camera right down there for her.
Yep.
Thanks too.
I don't want to be in no video. Nope, don't want to be in no video.
Yeah, you are, Josh.
No, I'm not.
See, we got the deal up there for Rotten Run's Deer Camp.
Oh yeah. Gowdy Camp 2015. How many years have you done this, Curt?
I've done this back in, I started in 68.
coming, but to Gowdy Camp.
Oh, it's a
basically.
Gowdy Camp here. Geez, I'm not sure how many years it's been. 20-some years. 26 years maybe.
Okay.
Me and Speed started it, and then we let the other guys join us.
What? Wasn't it more than 26 years ago? Traynor's been 30, 32 for Traynor.
How many?
32 for Traynor.
Okay, 32 for Traynor? Shit. Okay, then me and Speed basically started it the very first year. We came out here and there was a bunch of snow on the red cabin. We stayed in the red cabin, got up here about midnight. And it was me and Speed and a guy named Joe Leggett. And so Joe was starting a fire. Me and Speed got the wood and set up everything in there and got a fireplace going. And at about 2 o'clock, I pulled the couch over to the fireplace. I laid out my sleeping bag, and you could still see your breath and everything else in the cabin. And Speed says, what are you going to do? I said, I'm going to bed. He goes, you can't go to bed. You freeze to death. I said, I'll wake up before I freeze. So I said, I'm not drunk or anything else. So I said, well. And Joe rolled his sleeping bag out, and we woke up about 5 o'clock at 4:30, and Speed was bundled up in his coat and his sleeping bag and just feeding the fire, and it still wasn't warm.
You never got any sleep.
Never needed to get any sleep. We went out hunting, and I'm not sure we got any deer that year.
Wow.
We had a good time. And then I think the following year or 2 years after that, then we kind of started the tradition of coming up here all the time. So.
Mm-hmm. Who's got the biggest buck of you three guys?
It's not me and you.
Yeah, between Travel and I think we got.
Mine was the biggest one the last 10 years.
Yeah.
Who's got the smallest one?
Ooh, that's probably a toss
Oh.
up between just Tyler.
Yeah.
It was so small, we just picked it up with a bungee cord and hung it right up on that.
Really?
Got a good shot to shoot that thing.
Yeah.
That's small. Was it?
Big ones are easy.
Was it any bigger than Angel or?
It was more like Paris, probably.
Maybe we called it a suitcase deer.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the funniest thing happened, Trav, out there out in the woods?
The funniest thing that happened out in the woods. I guess not one thing kind of sticks out. A lot of stuff at Rexy's place. There's a lot of funny things.
What happened there, too?
Just at the rat trap or at their shack, going out there and hanging out with those guys and just the good times sitting around. There's a lot of stupid little things that would happen all the time. But
That they'd say or
Yeah.
you'd see.
they're a different crowd out there.
Yeah.
But made it fun, made it interesting, especially being 13 and 14 years old, going out there. And I always have to be, what do we call it, deprogrammed
Yes.
on the way home.
Reprogram.
Deprogram.
Deprogram?
Yeah. But yeah, that was probably the craziest times.
Ty, you ever fall asleep out there?
Oh, yeah.
You,
Not
you,
supposed to admit that.
No, I didn't.
you ever miss anything? Wake up and see something run away?
No, I've never missed a deer, though. I always can tell when they're there. No.
Tell me about the one guy that fell upside down.
The guy that fell?
Rexy's son-in-law, his brother,
I have no idea.
he had fallen out of the tree and basically killed himself, or not killed himself, but
Froze to death,
Yeah,
upside
froze
down.
to death,
He
upside down.
tied himself on the leg or something, or
Yeah.
the chest.
chest area.
It fell and hit his head. Kinda
Oh, he hit
knocked
his head,
out.
knocked out that
I
way.
think he,
And then they found him opening afternoon.
So he was there the first thing in the morning, and then blood rushed to his
I
head.
don't think he froze to death. Did he have a heart attack or something like that too, or something?
But that was a cold.
Yeah,
When was that?
5 years ago maybe.
Or was it longer than that, I think?
Yeah, it had to be. But I think, thinking back now, the funniest time out in the woods was last year. when I got my big buck, I knew it was a big one, and so they're asking me on the walkie-talkie, what is it? What is it? What is it? You know, I'm like, I think it's like a 3 or 4 pointer. I saw some horns, and so my dad shot a deer too. So he was staying over on his side, and Ty came over to help me drag it out. And you know, I'm like, it's kind of over here, you know. And he gets up, he's like, all right, you know. He starts moving the legs around. Also, oh my gosh! After he saw it, he was just the look on his face and having him shocked. That was pretty cool.
You know exactly what you're doing.
Yep.
Oh yeah. It was scared the crap out of me.
Was it so big?
Yeah.
That was horrible to drag through the woods. We only had to drag it 300 yards.
What's
Into
your
the four-wheelers now?
What's your favorite memory of the red cabin, Ty,
Red cabin.
or anybody pop
Probably
up?
red cabin when Gigi was in there. You have it. It was like a sauna. You'd come home or come back in there and you'd be sitting at the table and it'd be hotter than 80. It was hot.
You just stoked it up.
Yeah. The red cabin.
Oh,
Porch. I like the porch too.
Sleeping in the porch.
Sleeping in the porch. I love the.
In the winter?
No.
No, I don't know. I slept out there this
Fall.
time. Yeah.
Oh,
No. Yeah.
I think my favorite memory was when I won. It was like $60 in blackjack. I think it was my first or second year I was here. I won a lot of money. That was a lot of fun. I had John and Traynor bidding against each other, and it was a lot of fun.
yeah. You could use the money back then with as a teenager.
Yeah,
60. That's huge money.
it was.
When did you guys start? What year? Age?
I was in 6th grade, so 12, I think. 11.
Actually, with a gun and permit and shooting.
Yeah. The first year I went with my dad and didn't have a gun. I brought a slingshot. And
bring 'em
my
down.
dad had a BB gun.
I think you're 10.
And so the first year I had a gun was in 5th grade or 6th grade.
Yeah.
And I got a doe. First.
Who's the best shot of you three?
I don't know.
I don't know if you ever asked yourselves that.
You're a pretty good shot.
It's kind of hard to
Yeah, they make
quantify.
good eye.
Who's the best stalker?
I've never seen you.
You guys don't stalk. You just wait for the deer to show up, don't you? You don't go out there and go with a Bowie
Well,
knife.
track them when they've been injured and stuff. And
Yeah.
First year, one of the first years was Trav.
Oh,
That
yeah.
the first year.
I was only your big buck.
Yeah, I got a big buck that year.
Yeah.
Over by Rexy's. But we shot it, thought I had it, and we walked over, and there was no blood, and we walked about 50 yards in, and I said, that's what a big buck looked like, and it was a 9-pound. That was the next
Wow.
year.
That was, no, how'd you say it? Look at how nicely the deer blends into all the leaves. And I'm like, what? I don't see it, you know, and 10 yards away there's a deer laying.
Wow. You sure Dennis didn't shoot it?
Had 2 exit wounds.
What? 2 exit wounds. Same hole?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I've got a lot of stories that are funny stories, but camping on this one, we had hunted across the road over here with Dad and Vern and me and Traynor and Speed and Steve and I think Weird was there, and then this Ostanek, and he was shooting to beat heck. And I came running out on the field, and I was huffing and puffing. I had one shot, so I shot it. And I came up, and I thought that was my deer. It was a buck. And this Ostanek said, no, it's his. And so Denny and Dad agreed that when he shot it, because I said, I shot it here, and the exit one was over here. And Dennis had said, and Dad and the rest basically agreed, but it had mainly those two. The bullet, Ostanek had shot it. The bullet had gone up the deer's asshole and went and hit a bone and ricocheted out the exit wound over here. So I've never heard or seen that, but the asshole was still perfectly intact, but when you're running, I guess the deer's asshole opens up quite a bit, and then the bullet can go through, so
Yeah,
that was a rare shot.
you could have used the Magruder tapes on that, I think.
Yeah.
That would have been helpful.
Probably all the years, the funniest story was 2 years ago when Dennis had gotten a doe and he had tagged it and the tag fell off, and we had gotten one of Steve's friend to pretend that he was a game warden, and he was very, very upset. But it was a good story. And it's a long one. I can't probably tell you. It'll go
Well,
too
what
long.
about the story of the one guy that went hunting for the very first time, and you and Radar were?
Oh, it was Radar's brother-in-law, and we had shot. Radar had wounded the deer or whatever, and then we had tracked it, and I had put the kill shot into it. And so Radar said it was my deer, so I was gonna gut it out, and it was a doe. And so he looked at his brother-in-law, and I was just standing by the doe, and he looked at his brother-in-law and said, "Let's leave Curt alone with the deer for a while."
So,
And the guy walked back and kept looking at me, and I just stood by the deer. He wasn't quite sure, and then we started laughing, and he was
Well,
like,
you start-
"I don't hardly know you guys." He says, "I didn't know what was going on."
but you unbuckled your pants and everything like that too. Did
Yeah.
you start?
Oh, I got a lot of stories about Radar.
You want to tell that one?
Well, one time, I'll say Joe Leggett, him and I, two of the funniest stories was Joe Leggett we were hunting by Hinckley because we had a wedding, so we were gonna hunt over there, and Speed was with us. I dropped Speed off. I went to my spot, and Speed had never been in the woods, just Joe and I told him we'd pick him up at noon, and Joe had gone across the swamp, and I could see him, and it would look like the Burnsville Center people all over walking by, going, "Hey, how you doing? How you doing?" And finally, I saw Joe get off his tree and come walking over, and he got over there, and he was just laughing. I said, "What?" And Joe had gone pretty high up in the tree, and he said, "People all over and everything else," but he said, there was only one hunter that he'd walk, stop, look, he'd walk, stop, look, and then all of a sudden he walked and stepped, and he said, because I was thinking, God, he's getting pretty close to where I took my morning dump. And the guy stopped and said, "Jesus Christ," and he looked up and our eyes met, and Joe said, "I was hugging the tree, I was laughing so hard." He said he's the only guy that was hunting of all the people he saw, but Radar one time we had hunted over away from Detroit Lakes, not on his property, and he didn't know the woods either. I dropped off this other guy and Radar, and then we're gonna make a drive to this Dennis Cummings. It was his parents' land, and I told Radar I'd pick him up, and so I come up before noon to look for Radar, and I come up and I look, and all of a sudden I see him. And he's looking around, he takes his gun and he sets it over against the tree, and he's looking around. He takes off his coat, and now I know what he's doing. He's gonna take a dump, he takes off his coat. And then all of a sudden I just sat back, and I'm kinda just against the tree. He was just straight ahead of me quite a ways, but I could see it, and he's taking his dump, and then all of a sudden I see him look around, and he's digging, and I'm laughing, and he's looking in his backpack, and he's looking this way, and he's looking that way, and what the heck is going on? And I start laughing. He doesn't have any toilet paper, So I'm sitting there, and then all of a sudden he looks around, and all of a sudden he takes out his knife, and I see this shiny knife, and all of a sudden he pulls out the one leg, and he cuts off the leg, and he pulls out the other leg, and he cuts off the leg, and he looks around, and he wipes himself, and I'm just crying. And So he gets done with this thing and puts everything together, and I come walking by and I just start laughing. He said, "You son of a bitch, were you back there the whole time?" I said, "Saw everything." And we're sitting there laughing, and there was this ridge, and all of a sudden we both look, and we see two does running, and so he starts firing, and I don't even pull up my gun. I'm laughing so freaking hard. And he says, "Now what's so goddamn funny?" I said, "You're shooting, there's bullets all over. You gotta shit over there. Somebody's gonna come up and say that poor Hunter shit his pants. He was so excited, he got shells all over, and you still didn't hit it." The radar loves story. God dang, true story.
Okay, last question. Funniest saying or 3 words or word or something that you just have to say those words and everybody knows what you're talking about and laugh.
Fucking Denny. Oh God, it's too funny. Go ahead.
Oh, shoot.
I think mine's asshole.
Click.
Oh,
I don't know what mine would be.
Asshole.
asshole. What's that?
Yeah, it's fine. Traynor. One day we were playing cards, and he had quite a few cocktails, and he lost and went, asshole. And so he's got an Asian accent.
Oh, I didn't know you spoke Asian.
Yeah. Asshole.
I don't know if I got one. Fucking Denny's pretty good. Pretty good. I like asshole. Oh, I don't know.
Nothing about Speed or Ryan or Gigi. You
GG.
just say Gigi and you
Gigi.
can't help to smile.
The GG shuffle.
Vern or
No, I never hunted with Vern.
Around when Burn was here.
no?
You got his gun now, right?
Yeah, okay, let's go.
Oh, good.
Anything else? All right.
Anything else?
Fucking Denny.
Gowdy time.
Well, I'll need you to sign a release.